I have been a terrible partner in life and my husband deserves better. We met in college. We were 20 when we met and we instantly clicked. We both were each other's firsts in everything. We were together for 3 years, after which we got married. My marriage was the happiest day of my life, as I was now with the man I had dreamed of being with. After marriage, the first year was great. We both landed high-paying jobs and shifted to a nice house in a good neighborhood. He'd be home before me and would make dinner, set up the table and welcome me home with a hug and kiss. About a year ago, I came home a little stressed from work. He moved in for our hug, but I pushed him away. I pushed him away and said that I wasn't in the mood and asked him not to touch me. He's not hugged me since that day. At the time, I saw no issues with my behavior. I believed he was in the wrong for trying to touch me without asking. I actually believed that. I became that toxic partner. Our fights increased, and looking back, they were for so trivial reasons and that I just wanted to stir shit. I always turned him down for sex, only agreeing when I wanted to. I stopped going out on our date nights, because those are for kids, not a married couple with careers. I never complimented him and took him for granted. He did most, if not all of the housework. I believed that he was lucky to have a wife like me, so beautiful and gorgeous, who gets compliments from everyone. I failed to see how he was feeling, how his head was usually lowered these days, how he didn't talk or smile as much. I didn't see any of this, because I was too fucking busy admiring myself in the mirror. About 6 months ago, he had fever and couldn't get out of bed. In that period, I resented him for not being able to do the housework, and how often he needed my help for his medicine or something. I left him alone at home, sick, and went to work. When I came back, he had vomited a bit on the bathroom floor, because he couldn't reach the commode in time. And I got angry at him. I made fun of him and got pissed that I'd have to clean it up. I went into the other bathroom to shower, and when I came back, he had cleaned it all up, while his head was pounding and his body was shaking. That's right. I made a sick man clean up his own vomit. We hadn't had sex in a month now. I just didn't feel like he deserved that privilege. And he had stopped trying to initiate. Then, about a month ago, I got the virus. High fever, sore throat, the works. I was bedridden. And he was right there with me, through it all, risking catching the virus himself, because he didn't want me to be alone in a time like this. He sat next to me, through it all, rarely getting up to go to the washroom. He made me chicken soup, took holidays from work and held my hand as I coughed. He pulled my hair back when I got sick, running his hand up and down my back, soothing me, letting me know I wasn't alone. One day, I was laying on the bed and he was sitting next to me with a sour face. I had the audacity to ask him why he didn't smile more. And he wasn't as cheerful as his college days. He said something that'll haunt me forever. I don't really have a reason to smile anymore. He got up and went to the next room, and I heard him cry. This is when I realized just what I put him through, and how bad of a person I was. I got well, and I started trying to make it better for him. I reduced my working hours so I'd come before him, and I tried to do what he did for me. But he started taking on more work at the office, increasing the hours he worked. He'd return late at night and often wouldn't even eat dinner with me. One day, he said he wasn't hungry and fell asleep. I ate my dinner and went to bed, and a few hours into the night, he got up and ate the dinner, because he didn't want to eat with me. The next day at breakfast, I asked him why he was coming so late these days, and that I wanted to spend time with him. He said, I had to stay late for a few days to cover up for the work I missed while you were sick. And I realized I liked the peace. He then left for work, and I cried. I ugly cried, because this wonderful man didn't deserve someone like me. Someone who never acknowledged how good shape he was in. How he was so helpful through everything, how kind and caring he was. Everything ends now. I love him, and it's about time I show it to him. I'm lucky to have him, but I thought it was the other way round. And treated him as such. I've taken the day, and he's going to come home in a few hours. I'm going to cook his favorite dinner. And I'll welcome him home with a hug. Something we haven't done in a while. I want to feel his love again. And I know the only way that's possible is to show him how much I love him and value him. He's been with me through everything. While I know that I would have cut at the first sign of hardship. He is the best husband one could ask for, and I treated him like dirt. I don't know how to make up for what I've put him through. And don't know if it's even possible to. But he's the best husband possible, and I have to try. TLDR, I was terrible to my husband, and treated him like he was lucky to be with me. Recent events showed me how wrong I was. And I'm angry at how stupid I was. And want to make up for everything I've done to him.